One order at a time, Vernita Johnson's print and embroidery business has grown to annual sales of $500,000 and counting.
I really didn't even realize I did it until my accountant said, "You go, girl."
Johnson started her business out of her bedroom on Chicago's West Side nearly 30 years ago. Today, she employs 8 full-time workers, provides part-time work to young people in the summer. She owns this building and this equipment and is exactly the kind of business the Entrepreneurs of Color Fund wants to support. The fund works with local community groups to direct critical financing to minority business owners when bank loans aren't an option.
When you're small and you're still running in the red, they tell you, when you come back next year, when you're doing a little bit better, and we're going to look at you again.
And then you say, but I could be doing a lot better if you just took the risk.
If you just take a little risk on it. It's almost like a make or break you, because you need the equipment, you need the working capital. Sometimes bridging that little gap would be very essential.
That gap can be wider for minorities. Only 19% of Chicago businesses are owned by people of color, in a city where non-whites make up more than half the population. After the fund's successful debut in Detroit, JPMorgan Chase, along with the Fifth Third Bank, are now moving to Chicago, investing $6.5 million to help Chicago's South and West Side business owners.
You have to do it with collaboration. It simply does not work if business is pitted against government or vice versa.
The theory: work with the community leaders to grow businesses like Vernita's. Small business in those inner-city Chicago neighborhoods provide nearly 70% of jobs. And if existing businesses added 1 or 2 jobs each, it could eliminate unemployment in the inner city.
Most people want to do well. They want to do things themselves. Sometimes they need a startup loan, and sometimes they need advice and coaching, which I think is really important. And if you can make that loan and get that person, you can lift up a community.
How do you see local government, banks, the people with the capital and the resources, what is their moral imperative to help fix that?
I think all of us in society should have a helping hand. It takes government. If you have bad government, it's not going to work. But it takes business. Business has the know-how. So if you do it together, it works.
How important is it for you knowing that you're providing a livelihood for other people in your community?
Sometimes I look at the guys and I ask them sometimes, if it wasn't working, what would you be doing? And some of the guys, they actually tell me, I don't know, because in the area that I live, it's a lot of crime there. And sometimes you get in the wrong direction, you'll do the wrong thing. He said, but coming to work, it never crosses my mind.